sorry. Right guys, how you doing? I've set James and co here at JHS a bit of a challenge because I've got about 4 minutes for us to put my boy up. That's my child before any wags start. So then, we have some Yoshimura stuff here to put on. Okay, we've got a stem nut, swing arm thingies, engine bolt. Then we have some lovely Rizoma protectors here, as you can see right here, which are going on. We have some awesome ASV levers. And yeah, James has taken this as a bit of a challenge to get it done in as little time as possible. Haven't you, James?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's see how they get on.
This is Yamaha R6 Honda, right, neutral kill tab. Honda, all Suzuki and Triumph bikes, SNYCH, there you go there. What we got here, Suzuki GSX-R models. Yeah, look, they even supply a new bushing, so we don't use the old bushing. This is the bits that people forget.
Oh, little
when
bits.
When they put the amount of levers we see fitted to bikes and they forgot to put the pivot in.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Right, so, you know, they supply correctly. Triumph spacer bushings, but we're not got a Triumph. Honda, we haven't got a Honda. So this must be it.
Suzuki.
Suzuki, ride the winds of change. So that's our Suzuki bushing, which doesn't fit.
Which doesn't fit.
That does, there.
Hey, there we go.
That'll be alright. And that can go back in. Right? So now we've got to work out our stop. So we'll finish with those for a minute. So it's not the Yamaha or Honda one. So it's going to be one of these.
So this is quite interesting. So they supply all of these. So if you swap to say a Yamaha or whatever, you could actually take your levers off.
Well, this lever may fit a multitude of other bikes.
Yeah.
So this may fit a Honda, a so-and-so, a so-and-so,
Yeah.
a so-and-so, so-and-so. So you just take it off and you've got all your fitting kit. So if you buy a set of ASV levers,
Yeah.
generally all the big 1000cc bikes now, the brake master cylinders are all the same.
Yeah.
They're either a Nissan or a Brembo,
Yeah.
simple as, right? And very few of them have got hydraulic clutches now, they're all cable operated ones and they're all using the same mountings.
Yeah.
So you can take your ASV levers and transfer it from one bike to the other, providing you keep all your fittings.
Do we think ASV have just thought, well, do you know what? Rather than put individual ones in each box, we'll just sling the lot in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make life easier.
That is easier.
So we've got Suzuki and Triumph bikes, Kawasaki, That's the brake stop tab. That's a brake light one, we don't want that one. That's a Kawasaki brake stop, so it has to be that one, doesn't it? That's the only one that says Suzuki.
There you go.
So, and they're the two screws to hold it on with. So a little tiny minuscule bit of Loctite. Okay, and just nip them up. Job done. So that. Oh.
See, that's it. That's 10 horsepower just there, isn't it?
Oh, easily. Probably 10.2.
This is the patented James Holland way of doing this to make sure she is bang dead centre, isn't it, James?
Well, I don't know about patented, but it seems to work for me. I couldn't quite cover that step.
Ah, that's alright, it's fine.
But we did cover the scratches.
Yeah, well, it's had a hard life, this bike, already. See, even before I had it, it had been through a huge, probably, but a huge amount of hands.
We do like the use of hands.
Yeah, and while I've got you here, while you're doing unspeakable things to the back of the bike, obviously we've got a rapid bike for this, to do some fueling once I've got a full system on. However, I think I have been given permission to do ECU.
Yes.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah?
We don't need permission for stuff like this.
We just do it. Awesome. Thank you, mate. I'm looking forward. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we can do with that.
Fine.
Sweet.
Extreme violence and brute force.
Extreme violence and brute force. Where's the angle grinder when you need it?
Big hammer.
Where's that big hammer?
I think it might look better with it had this engine shoulder.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
But it's all to do with noise.
Yeah.
It's always deadening.
Yeah. So it's a Euro 4 for you.
Which really and truthfully, when we're out for your own sort of Brexit, we shouldn't worry about.
Yeah. It just ain't going to work like that though, is it?
Oh, that was tight.
Was that as tight as it was?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. He's not holding anything important behind there, is it, by any chance?
No, it's only just oil.
Just oil. Wow.
Just oil. Oh, baby.
He's off.
One thing to remember,
Oh.
you've got the new one,
Yeah.
there's no O-ring on it. Take the old O-ring off and put it on.
That is an easy mistake to make, isn't
Very
it?
easy mistake. And we've all done it. Just like this is hot. I just bring my hand on to get something to flip it off.
Right, right. There we go. On there. I'm telling you right now, if I'd have done that in a hurry, I'd have forgotten about it.
Yeah. We've all done it. They're nice, aren't they?
Okay, lovely. Lovely little Yoshimura thingy.
You know the best thing about it?
What?
You ain't going to see it.
That's a very good point.
Because it's behind this cover.
But we know it's there, don't we, James? I think that's the thing. We know it's there. Knowing it is there is important. Okay.
This is the other thing. We've got our Yoshimura fittings we've just fitted on.
Yep.
Okay. Now, very nice. But what torque setting do we torque them to?
Good point. Do you think maybe we have to go online to find out?
No, because it won't be there.
Ah, interesting.
A little bit of information that's missing.
Yeah.
Suzuki would have given a torque setting for the Allen keys that are in there originally. Well, obviously, we've now got a bolt fit. Now, ordinarily, I would say revert back to your Suzuki manual and use the torque setting that Suzuki would recommend as a starting point.
Yes.
That's a minimum. But it would have been interesting to see what Yoshimura specified.
I'm surprised they didn't actually. I'm quite surprised by that. I thought they would have done. They normally do when it comes to exhausts and all that kind of stuff, don't they? Yeah.
Just a little something I've picked up on recently, fitting a few of these.
Yeah. Oh well. See, no problem. What are you doing, Prentice?
Just putting a little bit of grease on here, just to help the lever. Makes it a little bit easier.
James, is he doing the right thing?
He's never going to do the right thing.
Not in his eyes.
Oh.
Cuts me deep. Cuts me deep.
What's in the bag?
I don't know, check.
Get in the bag. Come on, in the bag.
Yeah. I do like ASV levers actually. I've had them on stuff before. Unbreakable, apparently, don't you know?
Is that right? No such thing.
But they come with I think they come with a really long guarantee. So if you do break them, they'll replace them. That's not bad, is it?
Well, you can't grumble at that, can you?
No.
Does that include upside down through the gravel?
Who knows?
What's he doing?
He's doing the stem nut.
Alright. He's doing the stem nut. Is he doing the stem nut?
He's doing his.
If you've got yourself a nice Yoshimura stem nut, what I'm going to try and do is keep it nice.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with this. He's very thoughtful, isn't he, James?
I think Darren needs tea bag.
Just going to put a little bit of tape around it.
And then remove the tape once on. Is that where you're playing at?
Then remove the tape once on.
That is a nice tip.
So your nice Yoshimura nut stays nice.
That is a brilliant tip, mate. Just going to change batteries in the camera in a second. Yeah. And once again, James, with this nut, again, there was no torque setting, so we will revert
Back
to Suzuki's. Yeah.
But you have got some lovely Yoshi stickers.
Ooh. Yeah, it is cool at Yoshi, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's pretty cool.
Kudos. I think it's the word.
Yes, indeed.
A little bit of kudos.
She stayed nice.
And she stayed all nice. Lovely. Happy day. James, you said you found something.
Well, something we're looking at. These are the old Suzuki one.
Yeah.
This is the new Yoshimura one. I want to fit them on. So I thought I'd pull the spindle out, put these in, and job done.
Yeah.
No. Alright? If you line the hole up, the Yoshimura one is longer.
Oh.
Which is not the end of the world. You can make the adjustments to the wheel.
Yeah.
But
still.
it's going to take me an extra 2 minutes.
2 whole minutes?
Yeah. That means that that's 2 spanners I've got to get out, a 12mm and a 10mm.
If you say it loud enough, somebody may go and get them.
Yeah.
See how I translated that then?
He did, he was good, wasn't he? Come on. You got to give him that.
I am giving him that. And others.
But still, that's something else you have to keep in mind if you're fitting them at home yourself.
You've got to have your eyes.
Got to have your eyes open. Yeah, like everything else.
Eyes are light.
It's a shame.
You got a little bit of grease, please.
The best program we've done is one about the Vulcan bomber.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And do you know where that was?
Because it had a Vulcan bomber in it and not too much of it. Yeah.
You're going to ask me, why am I putting grease on the side of the washer?
Why are you putting grease on the side of the washer?
Because when you put a steel washer on aluminium, when you do it up, the force and torque on it up can twist it and dig it into the aluminium.
Really?
Put a bit of grease on it, just takes that, allows it to.
Another handy little tip there, James.
Another piece of useless information.
Yeah, I think they've missed a trick here, Suzuki. Look, Yoshimura. They've given us these nice Yoshi things, but no nice nut to go with it.
Yeah, they don't actually make a spindle nut.
That's bizarre. That's bizarre.
But there are plenty of other companies that do make nice nuts. Available.
Nice nuts are available in other stores.
Oh, there you go, look at that. Right, it's got a little Yoshimura symbol on the back of it.
Get me a thin bit of wood.
And yes, I know my bike is a little bit dirty for all you fastidious people out there.
To the tray. With a bit of wood, just to make sure your wheel's pulled all the way forward.
Ah, good on that.
Just a little bit tight.
Cable tie around your collar there when you want to put that back on.
Oh, thank you, mate. It's very decent of you. That's another trick of the trade, isn't it? For when you for when you store them.
Yeah, you're not going to lose it then. You always know that's going to be the right collar for that lever.
You boys are full of tricks of the trade. You must be in the trade. And again, yeah, the old bit of wood. So what I said earlier. Never underestimate the use of a bit of wood.
See, if you're really anal,
Yeah.
what you could do is replace this with a lovely stainless steel nut with a flange on it.
Ooh.
And you can replace these with stainless steel as well.
I do like a flange.
Everybody likes a bit of flange dinger, don't they?
I do like a flange, maybe, yeah. I think you're right, actually. I might do that then, James. Thank you. Thank you for that, James.
Thank you, Benjamin.
That's right. I'm not sure what we're going to do next time. I think Yoshimura can, perhaps.
Yes.
And then full system.
Well, no, let's have a play around with the cans first.
And a rapid bike.
Yeah, and with the fuel in, and the fuel in, I think, probably the last thing.
Okay.
Let's make that the last thing. Got a couple of can options. Mm-hmm. Do the R11.
Yeah.
And then I've got something up my sleeve I'd like to try.
I'd like to see that.
And then we do the fuel in with the full system and so forth.
Cool. Awesome. Right, actually up at Castle Combe doing something else, but I sneakily brought the Gixxer just to see if I could get a session out on track to try the new brake pads out, because as you may have remembered or watched earlier, I don't know if I've already recorded a bit for it, I might have done, anyway. I went to Silverstone, but it was a grand cock-up, so I didn't actually get to go out in the end apart from on a press bike. So anyway, yeah, let's just see if we can get out. Now, on the face of things, you might say, oh, he's having a laugh, but just you wait. Because I have baffle and Allen key, just in case. Right. Just a bit of tape as this. That.
Oh, there as well, is it? Right.
Ready, boss? What we doing?
Try it without first.
Yeah.
So 10.5.
That's all. That's pretty much at the red line. What?
That'll do.
You what?
That'll do.
That's passed.
That'll do.
Okay, guys. SP Engineering can on new GSX-R with baffle out passes at Castle Combe.
What's that, Dave? 105.
Yes. That is a win-win-win scenario. I can't believe that.
What was that? 105 quid, please.
Wow.
Go on and get out of here before he changes his mind.
Yeah, it's a good point. Right, I'm leaving. You haven't seen me, right? Hi guys, so then obviously a couple of things to talk about. The first thing is the ASV levers from Performance Parts Limited, and £110 a pop. They're not the cheapest levers out there, but they are really good. Now sadly I don't have the Gixxer here because it's off doing something else, so I'm going to demonstrate a couple of things to do, A, with the ASV levers, and B, the Brembo Road and Track pads on this MV F3 800s lever here. So just pretend it's an ASV lever, okay? Sorry it's not here, but had to go off and do something else. First of all, the Brembo Road and Track pads. They've definitely improved the brakes, significantly so. However, ultimate stopping power is still a little bit lacking. Now, I'd originally gone to test these at Silverstone at a Suzuki track day. However, a couple of mitigating circumstances. My little boy decided to wake up at midnight before I went, and was still going strong at 6 AM when I got in the van to go. So anyway, I went up to Silverstone. It was pissing down, absolutely pissing down, so the Gixxer stayed in the van. Started to dry up about 3:30, by which point I was in bits pretty much, so I went out on a standard GSX-R1000, one of the ones with the lovely MotoGP paint scheme that I really like. And two things. First of all, when your eyes are drooping at 160 down the hanger straight, it's, you know, this isn't going to be your day, first of all. But I actually pulled in after 3 laps because the standard bike's pads, or the brakes, sorry, had faded to almost nothing. And so I couldn't really have carried on anyway. I've had to slow right down, which that ride alone instantly told me just how much better the R&T pads had made it. Excuse me. However, I did eventually get to go out around Castle Combe. Now, two things. The ASV levers, obviously, they have a lot more adjustability, right? Okay, so what I'm able to do is adjust the lever, again, not the ASV lever, sorry about that, but adjust the lever so I can get the absolute most out of it for my finger reach. Now, the beauty is Castle Combe has 2 or 3 quite heavy braking sections, and with the Brembo pads in, the lever would come back kind of to about there, so it's quite close, but it didn't go any further. They didn't fade. So along with the lever to give me a bit of extra reach, tailored exactly to my finger length, and with the pads, I have definitely made the brakes better, but they're still not perfect. But I was really glad. I mean, I did like 2 sessions in a row straight out in another one, and they still didn't fade anymore. They still gave me just enough what I needed. So the pads as an upgrade, just to make the brakes a little bit better, definitely works. However, I will be looking at braided lines next, and then maybe some other stuff. Now, the other thing worth talking about from Castle Combe was the SP Engineering can, because I rocked up there fully expecting to be hounded out by angry sound men, because I don't know if anyone watching is aware, but Castle Combe is pretty much the most draconian noise test anywhere in the UK, and they don't do ride-bys. In fact, if you go onto their website, you will find there a long list of bikes as standard that will not pass, and it is a long list. However, it passed with the baffle out, which is fantastic. I was so pleased, and it's great for, obviously, if anyone else is looking to get an SP Engineering can for their bike, similar to mine, and you happen to live in this area, you know you can go to Castle Combe, take the baffle out, and have a nice little screamer, which is terrific. And I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked, quite frankly, absolutely gobsmacked. They did tell me, though, that since the introduction of Euro 4, pretty much every Euro 4 bike, including some with cans on, like the Gixxer, has passed up there. So, hey, something good that came from Euro 4. Not all bad. So, anyway, in the next episode, we will be fitting the Yoshimura R11 can, getting on the dyno. Some of you might have already seen the dyno results. But you know, we'll go over that again. There's a few other little bits and pieces. Obviously, I'm really quite pleased with the Yoshimura. Just the little bits and bobs you put on. I mean, being a black bike, a bit like this one, you can't really notice a lot of it. So it's kind of nice that I know it's there with its little Yoshi emblems and whatnot on. That's the nice part, more than anything else. And you'll also notice that I didn't, in the end, put on the lever protectors. Now, there is a reason for this, but I'm going to get to this at a later point. Okay, because there was a reason we couldn't fit them at the time, and I didn't think you'd want to sit there watching minutes of us going, oh, I can't fit these at the moment. But anyway, so Gixxer is doing well for yawny, sleepy, snoozy time. MPG figures are slowly rising. I'm up to about 34.5 at the moment. I can't remember what the last one I said was, but anyway, Yawnsville over. So yeah, next time will be Yoshimura can, maybe putting the Rapid Bike fueling unit on. I'm still riding around where actually I'm filming this part now we're nearly in December, even though most of what you've watched was a little while ago. It's taken me a while, sorry, illness and all sorts of stuff going on. It's taken me a while to get around to doing this, and I'm still rocking around on the Pirelli Supercourses, and they're absolutely fine. You just, don't be a dick for a few miles, and it's okay. And it's been rainy, icy up where I live, and all sorts of stuff, and they're, it's like anything else. Don't be too much of a bad end, and you'll get away with it. But I'm sorry for the wait. Hopefully I'll have the next vlog to you a lot quicker, maybe next week, maybe the week afterwards. But anyway, again, if anyone wants me to try anything on the Gixxer, we have a whole load of stuff to try. But if anyone wants anything specific to be tried on it, if you've seen something, if you've got one of these bikes and you want a screen, or I don't know, anything really, just shout. Okay, so I'll catch you next time.